Hey, and welcome to this video presentation where I'm going to be showing you how you can get your pre-baby body back and how you can start to shed emotional baggage so that you can feel confident and comfortable in your body again and within yourself as a woman. Okay, so firstly, I'd like to congratulate you for being here because you've made it this far, and chances are you've seen my post either on Facebook or Instagram and you've actually taken action. So congratulations on taking the action. And because of that action, I'm going to show you the 3-step system that I've used to not only transform my life, but to also help hundreds of other mums to get rid of the self-doubt, to get rid of the emotional baggage that's actually been holding them back. And then they go on to rebuild their bodies. They go on to recreate their whole lifestyle and their confidence levels. And they just have this whole new level of purpose and a whole new level of motivation. So you've given so much time of your energy and so much time of your life to your children, and that's okay, but you've somewhere along the line forgotten to take the time for yourself and to make that time just for you. And because of that, you don't have any motivation and you feel stuck. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be stuck anymore. So you're probably wondering, is this worth your time? Now, you could spend the next 20 minutes scrolling through Facebook, looking through Instagram, flicking through Netflix, and when you look at these things, is that actually going to improve your life? No, it's actually not. So you've probably done that in the past. You've probably spent a lot of time doing these things, but you haven't actually been able to transform your life and your body. So if you stick around, I'm going to show you how you can actually take the steps that you need to be able to get results, because I've spent years and years and thousands of dollars discovering, creating, testing, and building this system just for mums like you. So if you give me 20 minutes of your time and of your attention, if you go through, remove all distractions, go somewhere quiet, and I'm going to show you how you can actually get your pre-baby body back, because it is possible. It is possible to get your confidence back, to get that sense of purpose and meaning to your life. And just like the ladies I'm about to show you, you can actually transform. So if you want results like the ladies who are inside of our program and inside of our community, then this is going to be worth your time. So we have worked with hundreds of mums who have all been able to recreate their bodies, and now they're able to feel completely comfortable with their bodies and who they are. They've been able to feel confident, and they're just so much more happier, and they just have this new lease on life. It's so fantastic to see. So all of these mums that I'm showing you here, like Jasmine and Jess and Katrina and Leanne, they've just been able to create these amazing bodies. They've been able to wear bikinis again and feel confident naked again and be more intimate with their partners. But the big thing is they've been able to shed the stories and the fears and the emotional baggage that was holding them back from reaching their goals. And they've been able to find this new level of motivation to make sure that they keep going and that they can stick with it. Okay, so if you stay to the end, I'm actually going to reward you, and I'm actually going to make sure that I send you the training notes from today's presentation. I'm going to send you the replay, and I'm going to also offer you the opportunity to have a custom tailored plan designed just for you to be able to take these 3 steps that I'm about to show you and customize them to yourself. So this is the first step to be able to take back control of your life and your body. But this is only if you stay until the end. So I promise you that if you do stay towards the end, and if I show you how you can get your pre-baby body back and shed this emotional baggage with these 3-step systems that I've created, do you actually promise to take action? So if I show you this, you have to promise me, okay, that you will take action and not do what you normally would do and learn all of this information, but not actually do anything with it, okay? So if I show you that I can get you this result, will you promise me to take action? You know, having knowledge isn't power. You must actually take action on that knowledge, okay? Good. So what I want you to do is grab a pen, grab some paper, okay? And I want you to take notes, because I will go through this quite quickly. I do talk quite quickly and I do get quite passionate about it. So I want to give you as much information as I can and as much value as I can. So take notes so you can always go back through and reflect on what you've learned, and most importantly, take action on those learnings. Okay, so you're probably wondering, who am I and why should you listen to me? And that is a very good question, because you shouldn't just listen to everyone on the internet, because it's very easy for someone just to go out there, set up an Instagram account, post all these pictures, give all this advice. But truth be told, you know, that happens so often, and that's one of the traps that I was stuck in. Okay, so you know, I've come from this place where I was stuck in frustration. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Edwina, okay, Edwina Pettiford, and like I said, I was stuck in this place where I was frustrated with my body, how I looked, how my life was going, and I just felt like I just had something holding me back. I had this weight on my shoulders and I didn't know how to fix it. I was uncomfortable in social situations. I hated going out in public because I had such low self-confidence, and I just had this fear and, you know, such low self-esteem. So for years I suffered from binge eating, I suffered from yo-yo dieting, and, you know, I've tried all the quick fixes, I've tried all of these things, and it just, nothing seemed to work. I was obsessed with food. I was obsessed with exercise. I would go to the gym every day, sometimes even twice a day, but it just didn't matter what I did. I never felt happy because I wasn't able to make change and get to the point where I felt completely happy with my body and completely happy with who I was. So I'm a mum of 3 boys, and like I said before, when I was younger, I was continually stressed, and I just felt like there was more to life, and I just had very little motivation. My energy levels were really low, and I would actually spend the weekend on the couch, not wanting to do anything, not wanting to actually go out anywhere or see anybody. And, you know, I was someone who actually tried every program out there. If there was something new on the internet, I would give it a go, hoping and praying that that was going to be my savior, but nothing actually ever was. Nothing worked. Maybe in the short term, but nothing worked long term. So I even did a few bodybuilding competitions, and I was actually able to get really lean. But then what happened with that was I developed these really unhealthy relationships with food. And, you know, I just thought that I had to just stick to boring, plain foods like chicken and broccoli and sweet potato, because that's what the fitness industry tells us that we have to do. But I eventually found a much easier and enjoyable way to create change and have a healthy body and a healthy lifestyle. So over the years, I've worked with some amazing coaches, and they've shown me how I could break free from this restrictive attachment that I had to food, and that I didn't have to deprive myself, and that I didn't have to binge eat and be on this yo-yo cycle for much longer. So I learned how to train properly as well. You know, I've discovered a way that I'm able to work out from home. I don't even have to go to the gym, and I've been able to cut the time that I exercise in half. So, you know, there's no more going to the gym twice a day and doing crazy amounts of cardio, because I found a way that can actually boost your metabolism, a way of training that can build muscle, rather than putting more stress on my body and making it even harder to lose weight. So I've become very, very passionate also with personal development, because during my journey, like I said before, even when I was lean and even when I did have 6-pack abs, I still felt unhappy and like something was missing. So I've actually realized that to be truly happy and to be truly confident within your body and who you are as a person, you have to learn how to change your perspective. And this is one of the most critical things that mums don't change when they start something. So that's one thing that I've discovered in my journey. So I guess from there, my vision from learning all of this and going through all these struggles and getting to the other side is now to help mums who are being held back by their stories and their beliefs, and who are thinking that they need someone to save them or something to save them, you know. But I want to be able to activate mums and enable them to recreate themselves, their bodies, their minds, and to close that gap between who they are today as a woman and a mother and as a partner, and who they're actually capable of being. So, you know, that's a powerful statement, because I know that if I can raise your standard of living and get you to take control of your life, then you're going to be on this journey to be able to get your body back, to be able to get your confidence back, and to be able to really step into your power and make a long-lasting change. But, you know, you have to raise your standards. And the bonus of doing this is it not only helps you live an amazingly healthy lifestyle, but it does also help you to become a better mother, a better partner, a better friend, and most importantly, a better role model for your kids, because that is so, so important. Okay, so it all comes from the decision, okay, that you have to make to change, to transform, and to raise your standards. So I want to show all women that having kids doesn't mean that you have to give up your identity and put yourself on the back burner. that you still can have a family and you still can make yourself a priority and fit it in. Okay, it doesn't have to be hard. So I see it all too often that mums just aren't happy within themselves and within their lives. And I want to show you how you can improve all of these things and be able to make this change. Okay, so why does this matter? I guess because I know what it's like to feel like you're dying inside, because for so long, that is exactly how I felt. Like I was slowly dying a slow death. I just felt like the life was being sucked out of me. And it's a really horrible place to be in. And I know that you don't have to be stuck there. So it matters to you because, you know, you have the potential to be more, but you're just not taking the action and you're just not tapping into that. So that's what I want to show you today. So what I want you to do is I want to show you, again, like I said, how to regain your pre-baby body and confidence and purpose. That's a big thing, having purpose, okay, by shedding all of these baggages that you carry around with your stories and all these beliefs, and to show you that you can have fulfilling relationships because, you know, like I said before, you deserve to have these things. You don't have to take second best, okay? You deserve to live in a way that you're inspired every day. And you actually want to do more because you're not embarrassed and you're not uncomfortable with who you are as a person. So I want to show you that you can achieve results just like these ladies, okay? You can have so much more energy to live a life where you feel like you are fulfilled and you're not afraid to put yourself out there. And, you know, seeing these stories of these ladies just really, really makes me so happy because they have completely shifted their life. They've changed their bodies, they've changed their mindsets, and they've changed their stories. They've overcome these stories that are holding them back because they now know that they will achieve their goals because they've found this pathway to do that. So, you know, some of these ladies, this lady's lost 10.3 kilograms in 5.5 months. And she's just, you know, she's feeling like she's got this mindset now that she knows that she can achieve her goals. And same as this other lady here, 17 kilos gone in about 160 days. And she's just so much happier for making this change. So these results are possible, and it's what I want for you. Okay. All right, so these are the 3 steps. This is what I want to take you through in this training and what I'm going to be running through today. So the first step is reconstruction. Now that's all about how you can optimize and recreate your body, and that's done through exercise and nutrition and a very specific path that we've developed to do that. The second step is reprogramming, okay? So reprogramming your mindset, how you think, how you feel, and how to be able to cope and deal with your problems as they come up, and how to consistently be able to overcome them, okay, to become better, to be able to shift those emotional barriers, because that's what you need to do. And then the third step is reconditioning, okay, so reconditioning your environment, which is so important, and also reconditioning your standards and, you know, to be able to support your growth. So now I'm going to dive deeper into each one of these steps in a lot more detail. So like I said, the first one is reconstruction. So this is actually how you're going to master the art of optimizing your body through exercise and through nutrition. So we've developed a clear pathway which is just for mums, okay? So it allows mums to be able to train from home, okay? You don't have to go to the gym to still be able to get the results that you want to get, okay? So if you're only going to a gym, you know, that if you wanted to go to gym, that's fine, but we've set this up so mums do not have to do that, okay? So we just make it so much easier, and our nutrition protocols are designed to not only be family friendly for mums and their families, but also designed to heal your metabolism. So the way that we structure our nutrition is we have really, really healing foods that are actually enjoyable for the whole family. So this is essential, having these steps and these processes, because you've probably tried a lot of things in the past. You've probably tried things like these, you know, things, the meal replacement shakes, you know, the diets, things like keto and paleo, isogenics. You've probably tried cutting out sugar, and you've probably tried cutting out carbs as well, because we've all done it. You've probably joined a gym, you've probably started cardio, you might have had a personal trainer, you might have enrolled in a 12-week challenge, but none of these are actually family friendly, and none of these are actually designed to be mum friendly, let alone family friendly. So by doing these things, what you're doing is you're actually isolating yourself further from your family. You're only cooking different meals for your family. You know, if you're only eating just chicken and broccoli and you're making different meals for yourself and your kids, it's just not sustainable. And, you know, if you're drinking isogenic shakes or, you know, whatever shakes you're having, these slimming teas or whatever they are, it's just not sustainable for your family and not enjoyable, okay? And you have to look at that too. Are you setting a good example for your kids? What's that teaching them? So you're making them see, you know, this healthy or this unhealthy and restrictive association to food, and you're making that normal for them, and that's not what we want, okay? So, you know, when you look at these things, you probably feel really lethargic and you probably have really low energy, because when you do these things, your body just isn't getting what it needs. So then what happens is you become moody, you become irritable, you know, you're hating your life because it's just not fun to do it. And I know this because I've done it before. Like, I have tried literally all of these things. So you're not alone, and I can totally relate with where you're at, okay? Like I said, you know, you might have tried a personal trainer, you might have tried joining the gym, but that's hard to sustain because, you know, as mums, we don't have the time to get there. And, you know, we don't have the luxury sometimes of even being able to afford a gym membership. So whatever the reason is, you know, if your partner works away or you've got little kids, it just doesn't work. So, you know, and looking at as well, like I said before, we want to make this a way that our whole family can be involved. Like if this healthy lifestyle doesn't suit your whole family, then why are you actually doing it? And that's one thing that I really, really want to hit home, okay? Because when you look at, you know, all the things you might have tried, what you've actually been looking for is that really quick fix, or that one magic diet pill, or, you know, fad diet, shake, whatever it is, you know, that supplement, that pre-workout. But I'm here to tell you that that thing actually doesn't exist, because if it did exist, then we'd all be doing it. We'd all be skinny, we'd all be lean, we'd all be, you know, walking around completely comfortable and confident within our bodies, okay? But it doesn't exist. There is no pill. It really does come down to playing the long game. So that's really, really important. So what you need to do in order to change is you have to take the first steps, okay, to be able to play this long game, okay? And that really means stripping back everything, okay? Everything that you've learned, everything that you've done, and starting to build your foundations from the ground up physically, okay? Because when you can build from the ground up physically, day by day, you know, you're getting stronger, you're improving your habits around food, around nutrition, around building lean muscle, you're repairing the damage that you've done to your metabolism, and your body will actually start to function properly again. And, you know, this is what you're doing. You know, you're taking the first steps to actually starting to recreate your body. And you are going to look so much more amazing for it if you actually put the time in, rather than just looking for that quick fix and doing more damage, okay? But again, you know, you have to understand that you can't keep searching for the quick fix. You have to think long term, because after all, this is a change that has to be for life. Okay, if it's something that you can only do for 12 weeks or, you know, 8 weeks or whatever it is, or until the weight comes off, only to stop, and then, you know, the weight comes back on, and then you have to start again. So you're forever going to be in that cycle of yo-yoing back and forth, okay? So you need to be willing to put in the work and to build that really strong foundation. So what's happened is, you know, and like I said, I've tried it. All the things that I tried wasn't realistic for the life of a mother, which is why I've developed this pathway, okay? Because it needs to fit into the lifestyle of a mum. Okay, we know that you want to eat amazing food. We know that you don't want to have to spend hours in the gym, and we know that you want to be a really good role model for your kids and teach them healthy habits that they're going to be able to have and sustain for life as well. All right, so I guess all the mums that we work with are probably like you, and they have tried some of these things, if not all of them. You know, things like the Weight Watchers, the soup diets, Maxing's challenge, you know, all of these things might work short term, but until you focus on building your foundations and having that pathway in place, you're not going to be able to sustain it. So this is a really good example. Mel was a lady who basically didn't have a clear pathway to follow, and she struggled for a long, long time with her eating habits and found it really, really hard to say no to treats. She'd eat treats and things that weren't good for her, and she would feel really guilty about it. So, you know, when she came into our program, she felt flabby, she wasn't confident with her body, and she wished that she could wear the clothes that she had before she had kids, but she just couldn't fit back into them. So after implementing, you know, the first step and going through and reconstructing her nutrition and training habits, her metabolism started to improve. You know, her ideas around what being healthy was and building the foundation for long-term success really hit home with her. And, you know, now she's able to wear these amazing dresses and she's fitting back into her small wetsuit again. And like I said before, she's just created such change in her life. She's gone from someone who didn't exercise at all and didn't enjoy it to now going on and doing sprint triathlons. And the best thing is, she says, that is her mindset has just changed significantly, as well as a physical body. So she's a really good example of someone who's reconstructed her foundations. So the next step in our system is the reprogramming step, and that's your ability to be able to gain perspective and start to reprogram your habits and how you actually currently view yourself. So mastering the art of reprogramming, you know, takes those years and years of old beliefs and that old emotional baggage that you've had, and that requires you to create space within your day and to be able to solve your problems and be able to tackle them head on, without procrastinating and without actually allowing the triggers that come up and, you know, those feelings or those stories that you tell yourself knock you off course. Okay, so going back to here, at the moment, what's happening is you're not actually taking the time to gain perspective and to control your thoughts and the way that you think and the stories that you tell yourself. So what happens is, you know, when you go out into your day and you haven't created space and gained perspective, your brain is just naturally filled with negative thoughts and why you can't make change. And all of these times that you have tried all of these different things and failed, and then you've doubted yourself and you've had all these fears around what it actually takes to make permanent change, and you've carved out this belief system for yourself. So when it actually comes time to do the reconstruction phase, the first step, and do your exercise and keep your nutrition on point, you'll start telling yourself stories, okay? Stories will come up and around reasons why you can't do these things. And you'll tell yourself you're too busy, or you'll tell yourself you're not prepared, or you don't have time to fit it all in, or the kids are playing up, or whatever it is. You'll come up with a story. And, you know, you must be able to gain perspective on your goals so that you can overcome your excuses. And right now, the truth is you're not actually doing that. So when you're setting goals and when you're motivated, you can do that for a few weeks, but as soon as the problems come up and as soon as those issues arise, you're not doing the things that you need to do to overcome those things, and you're not able to stay on track. So the only reason that you're not where you want to be is because you keep stopping, okay? Like, yes, you keep stopping because, you know, what you've been doing in the past hasn't been sustainable or enjoyable, but you also keep stopping because you aren't able to control your perspective by doing that work every single day to get that little bit better every single day. Now, in order to do this, to be able to shift your perspective and your mindset to thinking like a woman, who is strong and capable, like, you need to see yourself as someone who is resilient and who can overcome their problems and who is actually in control of their thinking. So when you start to think like this, you're not going to fall for the excuses that you're going to make for yourself. So, you know, does a mum who knows what she wants and, you know, what she wants to achieve eat poorly because she's busy? No, she doesn't, does she? She's, you know, a woman who's in control of her thinking and her eating habits and wants to eat healthy, nutritious food, and she wants to do the exercise. She doesn't actually succumb to excuses. She doesn't allow herself to do that. So, you know, when you look at, you know, a woman who is strong and in control, she doesn't quit when there's a minor setback that comes up. And, you know, mums that are strong and in control overcome their problems, and they learn from them and they grow from them and they get better from them. And, you know, you have to look at it, you know, if you have to do this throughout your journey, because, you know, you're always going to have setbacks. There's always going to be something that comes back, and you just have to be able to know how to navigate through these things. And, you know, you'll see that you are living a great life and you are able to live in a body that you're completely happy with, but you just have to learn how to navigate through these stories. So, like we say, like, you have to welcome obstacles and you have to welcome pain, because, you know, you shouldn't fear them. You should see them as opportunities to grow and opportunities to get better. So you must take on what we call a growth mindset, and you must take the time every day to be able to do that and take perspective, because, you know, if it's important to you, you're not going to let these minor setbacks take over, okay, and stop you from achieving your goal. So what we do is we actually teach mums how to set up the rituals and how to set up the routines that are going to allow themselves to have the structure and to be able to operate from a place of power and from a place of certainty, and become a woman whose identity is actually one that is strong, one that is resilient, and one that is adaptable and in control. So you can control your thoughts, you can control your emotions and your stories. You just need to know how to do that. So I'd like you to meet Beck here, and she is a perfect example of someone who's been able to overcome her stories and her ability to stop stopping. And now what she does is she actually sees setbacks and stumbles along the road as a chance to grow and as a chance to learn and get back up and keep going again. So when she first started, she was mentally and physically tired, and she's just been able to gain perspective, and she's been able to change her life in ways that she never thought was possible. Okay, so she's so much more calmer in most situations, whereas before she was quite anxious and overwhelmed, and she's a lot more peaceful when it comes to being a mother, and she's much more loving to her partner, and because like I said, she's able to take perspective, and she's able to be in control of how she thinks and what stories and what beliefs she instills in herself. So, and you just look at her, like, she just looks amazing. So she's got this rocking body, she's confident now. It's just amazing to see. All right, so the third step in this 3-step system is reconditioning. Okay, so reconditioning, this basically involves something that you probably don't even know is happening. And but for this really, really important step is you have to lift your standards, and you have to be able to be in an environment where you're nurtured and where you're built up and where you're challenged. Okay, so chances are you currently have these set of standards that you're living by, and you're currently in this environment where you're in your comfort zone. And when you stay here in your comfort zone and you're not hanging around with people who are challenging you to be better and challenging you to be accountable and challenging you to look at your values and your morals, you don't actually have any incentive or any way to want to be better. So what's happening is, you're being dragged down by all this baggage that's on top of you, and you've got some of these really, really big goals that you want to achieve and that you want to reach, and you want to be this strong, confident woman, but you're not in an environment to suit that or to suit these goals. Okay, and because there's actually no consequences or for missing out on your goals. So if you don't actually achieve them, like, nothing's going to happen. It's like you just keep gliding by without achieving your goals, and there's no consequence to that. Okay, but in turn, the women who actually set goals and have these standards and lift their standards where they can live by every single day, they have growth, because there's actually accountability, and they have these standards where they must achieve their goals. Now, in order to achieve your goals, it's really, really important that, like I said before, you have this environment where you do feel challenged and also encouraged to be vulnerable, because that's so important, because you know that you're not alone in your struggles. Okay, it often seems like sometimes when you're on your own that you're the only person that has these struggles, but it's not true. We all have these struggles. But if you're not a part of a community of mums who have similar goals and share their struggles, and who are also living by the same standards, then it's really easy to get pulled down and to be able to stay down there without being consistently lifted up. Okay, now when you look at I guess inside of our environment, like these ladies here, like, they're just amazing, because they've created these relationships with each other where they just know that they have these high standards, and everyone has these goals that they're all reaching for. And that's what we do inside of FitVibes, is we create an environment where you can succeed. We have an environment of mums who are all trying to better themselves. All of these ladies, they're all trying to be better. They're all trying to recreate themselves and their bodies. And can you imagine actually being inside of a group like that, where you're challenged every day to be better? Do you think you would actually raise your standards if you were put in that situation? So at the end of this presentation, I'm actually going to give you the opportunity to come and join our environment, so that we can actually help you to raise your standard of living, so that we can show you the daily habits that you need to have and that you need to incorporate into your life, so that you can finally start to shed the emotional baggage like these ladies have, and to regain your body back after having kids and make sure that this is a long-term change. So Renee is another great example. So she came into our program. She was feeling really unorganized, and she was feeling really, really weighed down just with life in general. And she never wanted to be intimate with her partner. She didn't feel comfortable being naked around him. She didn't like wearing a swimsuit. Her lifestyle was really, really hectic, and she just didn't have a set of standards to live by, or a community of other women and a community of coaches to make her lift her standards and to keep her accountable. And she's been in our program for about 6 months now, maybe even more than that. And she just now has this standard where she just loves challenge. She just takes on challenging herself because she just values growth so much. And, you know, once she found it really, really difficult to take action and to do the things that she needed to, now she actually loves taking action, and she sees that as a way to grow and as a way to evolve. So before that, I guess she didn't know what she was missing. She just couldn't seem to make a change, and she realized that there was a better way of living, but she just didn't know how to get there. But it was really about setting herself these standards, these habits and these routines, and being able to change her perspective. So now her confidence levels are through the roof. Like, you just look at her, she's so strong, she's so amazing, and she's one of those mums now that just continually helps other ladies to raise their standards and to continually be better. So if you're not moving forward, this is what you're actually missing. It's because you're not improving each and every day. It's because you're just drifting. Okay, so making change isn't easy, and I don't care what people will tell you, but it's not. It can be really, really hard. But, you know, without being able to course correct and see where you are drifting through proper coaching, through accountability, and through being inside an environment like this, you're always going to be just drifting, and you're not going to be able to play at the level that you need to make this change last. Okay, so you might have some fleeting motivation, and you might feel good for a little while, but it's only going to be a short-term thing. And, you know, you're going to get busy, you're going to get overwhelmed, and that's why you keep staying stuck. Okay. All right. So basically that's a recap now of the 3 steps, and it's so simple when you look at it like that. So number 1, like, we can get our pre-baby bodies back. We can get our confidence back. It's possible. And this system has helped me. And like I said, I've created it to be able to help other mums, and it has helped hundreds of other mums to shed the baggage and to be able to burst through their stories and to be able to overcome all of these mental barriers holding them back, and to be able to come out the other side and just feel so much better for it. So firstly, step number 1 is the reconstruction phase. So that's optimizing your body through good nutrition and through proper exercise and doing these things in the right way. Secondly, reprogramming. That's where we optimize your mindset each and every day, because you need to reprogram your mindset. And reconditioning your environment and reconditioning your standards to support your growth and to be able to challenge you. So some of the ladies inside of our program that are implementing these 3 steps are just transforming their lives. This is Tanya, and she is just an amazing lady. She came into our program. She was suffering from depression. She had really bad anxiety, and she just was not confident at all. And I remember the first call that we did with our group coaching, and she wasn't able to talk because she just felt really uncomfortable and really, really shy. But over the time that she's worked with us, she's lost 45 kilos. Like, that's huge. And she used to suffer from asthma. So she no longer suffers from asthma. She no longer suffers from depression. She's off a medication. And she went from hating exercise and being embarrassed about, you know, going out into the gym and being in social situations to now, you know, loving getting dressed up and going out and being social. And she just loves the fact that her mindset has changed so much. So she's just got this really strong resilience now, and she's able to just keep picking herself up and to keep going. Whereas before, she would get into this state where she would feel really bad and she would stop and she would get even more depressed. So she's able now to keep going and to keep, she's stopped stopping, because she's got these rituals and these routines in place and these tools now to be able to allow her to do that. So she's not only, you know, mentally free, but like I said, she's got so much more confidence. And even her son, Jack, who was suffering from some medical conditions as well, he's so much healthier now too, and she's built such a strong relationship with her son since joining the program, and she's been able to teach him really healthy habits and transform his health as well, which is amazing. And this is Kirsty. Like, she's another amazing lady who had tried so many things. She'd done all the quick fixes, all of the challenges, all of the shakes, all of the, the diets and the gym and personal trainers and all those sorts of things. But the biggest thing for her was her frame of mind again, and also the ability to gain perspective. And, she suffered from anxiety. She had lack of confidence. That was a big issue for her. She had lots of body image issues, but now she just loves stepping out of a comfort zone. Like, she's got here that she went out in public and she had a crop top on, whereas before she would never actually do that. So just the fact that these women just have so much more body confidence now is amazing. And she's such a good testament of, the right mental attitude and changing your environment, having that right environment and that value in creating that shift in your standards. And she certainly is not the same person who came into our program. She shines, as a wife and as a mother, and she's such a great role model now to her kids. It's amazing to see. And this is Alyssa. So she is another beautiful lady who 6 months ago, she couldn't fit into this dress that she wanted to fit into before she had her kids, and that was her goal. And, she's been able to now go out, this was only taken, I think, last week, to a hen's night, and she was so happy that she was able to fit back into her dress. And she always says now she's just so much more confident and in herself, but she's able to be a lot calmer now with her little toddler, and she's able to be a better partner to her husband. So it's not the physical changes, but it's the mental shifts as well. It's the stories, it's the beliefs that shift from following these 3 steps that are such life-changing results that can happen from doing that. So if you have a look at this, like, now that I've shown you these 3 steps, that's not only helped myself, but hundreds of other mums and so many more like the ladies that I've shown you, it is possible to get your pre-baby body back, okay? But the truth is, most mums won't actually do it, okay? So what will happen is most mums will just keep looking for that quick fix or that next shiny object. And when you look at that, where are you going to be in 12 months' time? Like, what are you actually going to do? Is this going to be just another video that you watch and you don't take action? Or could you be another success story of mine? You absolutely could be. So, you could be a story like Mel or like Beck or like Renee or Kirsty or Tanya, and like hundreds of other mums that we've worked with who are now completely free of their emotional baggage and their stories. And they're creating these amazing bodies, and they're becoming better parents, and they're becoming better partners, and they're just more content with their lives, and they're able to sustain it long term. Or are you going to let this chance pass you by because you aren't willing to take action? So remember our agreement at the start, and I said to you, like, if you watch this whole presentation and if I can show you the 3-step system to get your pre-baby body and confidence back and break free from that emotional baggage, that you would take action. So now's your chance to do that. Like, you have this opportunity right now to take action. So what I want you to do is to book in a 10-minute consultation call with me. So what we'll do is on this call, we'll go through and we'll get to know each other, because, I don't know who you are and what you're struggling with, and I don't know what you tried before. So what we do is we find out exactly where you're at right now, and I'll customize these 3 steps just for you. Okay. So we'll go through over the phone for free. Like, it's not going to cost you anything, but we want to help you to start to make the steps towards becoming a better mother, a better partner, and recreating your body and your life. So I want you to take action immediately. Okay. I want you to click on the link below or go to this link. So it's http, all of those things, the colon / bit.ly/FitVibes book. Okay. So if you type that into the browser, what will happen is you'll see this come up. Okay. So this is what it would look like. So you pick a day and a time that suits you to talk to me. Okay. So they're only 10-minute time slots, because there's only one of me, and there's plenty of you out there that need my help. And, if there's spots available, book it in. If not, I'm booked out. So what I want you to do is grab that immediately. Now, if you are really, really committed to making this change and really doing this and following through, then if there's not a time there that suits you, send me a message, because it is possible that I can squeeze you in. Okay. So if you are really, really serious, then you can do that, but do not miss this opportunity, okay? So here's your chance, okay? So, you know, you might be sitting there wondering, okay, like, why am I doing this for free? Why am I doing these consultation calls? And, you know, there's got to be a catch. But the truth is, there's no catch, but there's two things, right, why I do this, and, you know, why I want to do this consultation with you is, the first one is my vision, because I know where you are and I feel your pain because I've been in that pain. And my vision is to help thousands of mums to break free from this emotional baggage that you're feeling right now and from the stories holding you back, because for so long that was me. Okay, I wish that I had someone to show me this path to follow, because it just would have made my life so much easier and saved me years and years of heartache. Okay. And I want to turn the fitness industry upside down, okay, because I've seen the dark side of it, and I want to show mums that there is a better way than what's currently marketed to us, okay, because I know that firsthand, and I want to set mums up for long-term success, because no one currently does that right now, with, you know, without having all the gimmicks of what the fitness industry is trying to sell us, okay. And I'm here to help you to be part of our movement, because I want to change the way that mums approach their health and their fitness and their lifestyle forever. And I guess the second reason for me is because this is the way that I get my best clients. So over the course of the 10-minute conversation that we have, if I feel like you are going to be a good fit for our community and our environment, and I feel like you're actually going to commit and do the work, then I'm going to invite you inside of our environment. Okay, so I'll invite you to work with me and to be able to reduce the time that it's going to take to get you to your goals and what you want to achieve. So you've got to ask yourself the question right now, like, is this 10 minutes of your time going to be worth it? Okay, so it is going to be worth it, because, you know, if you have this 3-step system tailored just to you, that is definitely going to be worth 10 minutes of your time, because, you know, it's going to show you how to get out of this rut, and it's going to show you how to stop being stuck and feeling stuck right where you are. Okay, so now I don't want you to waste any more time, so go ahead, be an action taker. Take this opportunity while you've got it and run with it, because I promise you, if you do, it will change your life. Because there's limited spots. Like I said, you know, I don't have a lot of time to speak to everybody. So get in there, book your call, and I look forward to finding out, you know, where you're at, what you're struggling with right now, and then painting that picture for you of where you want to get to, because I know that you're capable of getting there with the right help and with the right steps in place. Okay, so become exceptional. That's what I want to stop this video presentation with, and leave that with you, okay? Because you can steer back on course and you can take back control, okay? Because, you know, when you have these right routines and structures in place, then I know that you can be exceptional. You can be a strong, confident mother who has an amazing body, not a body, if not better than what you were when you had your kids or before you had your kids, and you deserve this. So book a call, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.